Before doing anything, let's understand the day0 state of Kubernetes cluster that consists of 4 nodes: control plane and worker nodes. So we have four nodes, and like in every Kubernetes cluster, when you define the cluster, you need to first decide if the cluster is V4 or V6 or dual stack. Here we have a dual IP stack kube cluster. And upon the cluster creation, there's also another choice you need to make. What is the IPv4 and IPv6 subnet or CIDR that will be then allocated by subnets to different nodes, and from that subnets, pods will get IP address from. That's what we see in this table. So we have 4 nodes, and every node has its own IPv4 CIDR /24 as well as /64 for IPv6. One of the nodes has been labeled with metadata annotation as the SRv6 responder. That's an important function or role, and only a single node can do that. Based on the PGP advertisement, one node will populate the egress policy custom record that will also drive eBPF maps, and only one node can do that, and that's the control plane node. From the pod perspective, we have all the kube system based applications which were installed when or created when the kind cluster with Cilium C9 was created. So what to highlight, we have the Cilium agent per node. That's where all the Cilium things are happening, as well as kube proxy, core DNS, etc. So these are the, let's say, the base components of a kube cluster with Cilium, and then we have a set of applications already deployed in default namespace. One is the Grafana InfluxDB and Telegraph stack, which we will see here. It shows the reports of the data traffic from the agents to respective responders. Right now it's all flat because nothing is configured in the context of IP forwarding, and the data is not going through. So pretty much the application, the agent is deployed somewhere here, and it's supposed to go, for example, across the network to a responder living up behind the C11 or 21, etc. Since there is no configuration right now, the L3VPN service is not configured in Kubernetes. Connectivity is not there. That's why we have all the reports on 0 level. But applications, these agents are already up and running. They are right now not part of the VRF because the VRF has not been defined yet. When you will see it later, you will see suddenly they become part of the VRF without me doing anything on the pod level. Because the way to assign the pod to VRF is by label. The label is already created. When I will create everything, BGP, locator, and VRF, I will have the logic that will assign pods to VRFs. That logic will fire away as soon as VRF is created. The pod is ready to do that, ready to go, and it just waits for the other configurations to take place. Like I said, Cilium is also pretty much unconfigured idle state. There is no BGP policy defined. There is no locator pool. There is no VRF. As the result, there is no egress policy. And also the SRv6 related eBPF maps are all empty. Of course, other eBPF maps are populated, but I only show here the SRv6 related eBPF maps. Last but not least, if you were to do kubectl commands, you would see that there are isobariant SRv6 seed manager objects. They are simply created for every Kubernetes cluster node, and they show in their state what are the seed allocations. But since we have no locator pool defined, they are here to report the status, but the status is empty. So that's why I say that the kube cluster is let's let's say, ready to be configured, but it's in an unconfigured state as of now.